Hi, if you like the video, please remember to subscribe. Hi, I'm Rob from robnutphone.com, and in this video I'm going to be talking about what I love and hate about this baby, my Acer Aspire E1-571 laptop. First up is the audio recording. Yes, it is. Happy days. Sometimes I start a video and I think, is it recording? I don't know. Because I've had the Acer Aspire for, 11 months now. I got it, more like a year. I'm sure I got it just before Christmas last year. And I thought it would be a good time to kind of give some feedback of how I feel about it, because I have a bit of mixed emotions. What you should be seeing round about now is a kind of a little video of the Aspire somewhere around here. It may even replace me, and you just listen to my voice, because I can't kind of pan the 600D down to show you. But anyway, there's the E1-571, nice laptop from Acer. What I love about it is it's got real solid performance. It comes with, it came with 4 gigabytes of RAM, a 750 gigabyte hard drive, 6-cell lithium-ion battery, all the basic stuff. And for what I do, editing videos and photos, not playing games, because it's not a games machine, it's pretty good, and it renders 1080p videos for YouTube with no troubles at all. I record a lot of videos on my DSLR, just like this one, and I edit them using Adobe Premiere CC, and I tend to use Lightroom and Photoshop for my photos. And some of these can be really big files, especially video files, and the Acer handles them very, very well indeed. I've actually recently upgraded it from 4 gigabytes to 8 gigabytes, so it's got even snappier, and probably even the thing that's made another massive difference is I now run System Mechanic on it as well, which kind of cleans everything up, frees up all your RAM, and frees your machine to really perform the way it should. So if you haven't checked it out already, I say check out System Mechanic. You'll be really surprised how much faster, even though it's software, but how much faster it can make your system run. I really like the keyboard on the machine. It's nice and wide with a number pad. It's a keyboard. And the wireless is really quick as well. It's got 802.11b, and N. And I must admit, we have fast broadband in the house. We spend quite a lot on having Virgin 150 or 160 megabit broadband. And wirelessly, it's great, especially for uploading videos and watching videos as well. Doesn't miss a beat. Going back to upgrading the RAM, that was very easy to use, so I love the fact that it does that. And looking at it, when you take the panel off, it looks like it's very easy to upgrade the hard drive as well. So one of the things I might think about doing is maybe going over to a solid state hard drive to really increase the speed as well. And in a year of use, I can only remember, and I use it a lot, I use my laptop probably 3 or 4 hours in the evening, every single day. Get to thrashing. It's not a business machine. I don't take it to work or anything like that, so it doesn't get knocked around or anything, but it gets a lot of use. And in a whole year of processing literally hundreds of videos and thousands of photographs, I think it's crashed once. And that was because I plugged in a really old Bluetooth dongle into it, and I think it wasn't compatible with Windows 8, and it just went bloop and crashed. So that's pretty good. So that's kind of what I love about the laptop. And you're probably thinking there's a few things that Rob hasn't mentioned. So what we'll do now is we'll go into the things I hate about my Aspire E1-571, and you can get an idea of the things that I've had a little bit of trouble with. So what do I hate about my Acer Aspire E1-571? Well, first off, it doesn't have a USB 3 port, which when I bought it, I didn't have a clue what USB 3 was or is. And what it is a really fast way of moving files around, and especially if you've got external hard drives that you want to copy all your videos or your pictures to, USB would have been really good, but it doesn't have that, and it doesn't have is it got a PC port, so there's no way of adding USB 3 to it. There's no built-in Bluetooth. How crazy is that? And one of my favourite things is wireless headphones, so I can't use wireless headphones with it. Well, I can. I have to use a little Bluetooth transmitter, but that's a bit of a pain. How come it didn't have that? You can tell I was a complete noob when I was buying it. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. The screen, I'm a photographer. well, amateur photographer, amateur videographer, and the screen on it is okay, but when I test it with my spider checker, the gamut of colours that it produces is pretty low. Maybe that's the same for all laptops, but I know my much older VGA separate monitor has a much better gamut or spread of colours than this screen does. I mean, it's bright enough, it's colourful enough, I think, but it could be better. The SD card slot on the front of it, it's a bit tricky to use. It's in a bit of a funny place. You've really got to fiddle with it to get it to pop out. The spring is way too strong. It fires your SD card out like mad. Now, the next thing isn't the laptop's fault, but Windows 8. Windows 8. I mean, I'm okay with Windows 8 now, and I enjoy using it, but that's because I have Classic Shell installed. And what Classic Shell does, it basically turns Windows 8 into Windows 7. So it means you can ignore all the Metro screens and the touch screens, because this isn't a touchscreen laptop, and you have a proper start button where all your programs and things pop up, and you just live in the desktop like that. You still, however, because you can't completely get rid of it, if you swipe in from the side of the touchpad, you'll sometimes get the Windows 8 stuff popping up again, which is a bit of a pain, and you should be able to turn that off, but you can't. So Windows 8, if you think about upgrading and you're a Vista or a 7 user or even an XP user, when you get it, download Classic Shell and everything will be okay. And I guess finally, one of the things why I bought the laptop was the fact that it had a built-in webcam as well. I thought, great, I'll be able to do videos really quickly because I use the built-in webcam and the built-in microphone, but they're rubbish. They say they're HD. They're not. If you got loads of light on the situation, they might be okay, but the sound is really terrible that way. So much so that I ended up buying a Logitech C920. And in the end now, to record videos, I use the C920 sometimes, but most of the time I use my 600D because the video quality is so much better. So, it might seem like I've given my E1-571 a bit of a bashing today. But, it has been a really solid workhorse over the last year. And it did only cost me about £400. I think it was fresh out. And it's done, pretty much everything I've asked it to do. And its main job is photo and video editing. And it hasn't really missed a beat. And especially since I've upgraded the RAM from 4 to 8 gigabytes and installed System Mechanic, it's been much better as well. Remember, this particular version has got a Core i5, which runs at 2.6 gigahertz with turbo boost to 3.2 gigahertz, which I think was probably quite a clever thing to. Well, I wouldn't use the word clever. It was a good thing to buy because when I was looking at all the laptops in the computer shops last year, I didn't have a clue. Honestly, I'm not into computers at all. I use them a lot, but I haven't followed the development of them. And I think at the time I was looking at things like Core Duos and i3s. But I think, maybe some that had 8 gigabytes of RAM and stuff. But I think I was lucky in the fact that I went for the i5 because I think you should, especially if you're into photo editing and video editing, it's the speed of that processor, especially on a laptop, that matters because that's the bit that renders all the video, turns it into a proper file that you can upload to YouTube. So, am I happy that I got it? I still wish I'd done a little bit more research because I might have been able to get a different laptop that maybe got me better value for money, and I would have. I guess that my question mark is over. If I got one with a better graphics processor in, would that render my videos and my photos quicker? But I'm not, I can't really answer that question. Maybe if somebody else is out there, they would know. But overall, I'm happy with the E1-571 because it has been such a good workhorse. It's a no-frills laptop and it's done everything that I've asked of it. Okay, so what do you think? That's enough from me. If you like the videos, please subscribe, please like, please share them, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.